Am I the a-hole for walking out of a gender reveal party? My wife, 34, and I, 33, are having our second child. We have a daughter of 5. She's been grouchy her whole pregnancy, so her sister offered to plan her a gender reveal party. The plan was that all the food and decorations would be blue or pink, and in the end, we'd get one of those special sparklers that would light up in either blue or pink to reveal the gender. We went to the doctor and got her to write the result in a folded piece of paper that we passed over to her sister without looking. So flash forward to the day of the party and the moment of truth comes, and the sparkler turns out to be pink for a girl. I don't know what came over me, but all I felt at that moment was very bitter disappointment. To be honest, all I was hoping for baby number 2 is to be able to toss a ball around with him and coach Little League or watch him go on Boy Scouts camping trips. I know my daughter is only 5, but I've already started to deal with the dramas of being a father of a girl, and the thought of having to double up now on the neuroticism was harrowing. I grew up in a house with 3 older boys and 1 younger sister, and I can't imagine seeing myself be outnumbered. My wife grabbed my arm as people were approaching us to say their congratulations and said I needed to look happier. At that moment, I just snapped. I shook my head and walked out to my car. We came separately and drove to my sister's 21 female house. I started getting texts from my sister-in-law and my wife saying way to reenact their dad leaving their mom when they were 10 and 12. I felt like the accusation was unfair and that I just needed some time alone. I didn't ask to be flabbergasted. It just happened. And I don't think it's fair that they would have demanded I smile and nod for the next couple of hours. Am I the a-hole? They demand. It's your child. It's literally your child. When you have a kid and when you impregnate somebody, the chances of it becoming it coming out as a, what do you call it, a healthy baby, you don't know. A sick baby, you don't know. A boy, you don't know. A girl, you don't know. And he said, oh well, I only wanted my baby to be a son because I want to toss around ball and do this and do that, the stereotypical stuff that men usually do. But how do you know your son's gonna want to do that? Then you're going to be very disappointed and not like your son because he's not into masculine things that you want him to be into. Am I wrong for taking my kid's nanny on vacation and not my ex-wife? Throw away account just in case. The title may seem like a given, but it's not apparently. About 9 months ago, my current wife, 40 female, and I, 43 male, hired a nanny. I have 7 kids. That's a lot of kids. 4 from my previous marriage and 3 from my current. Anytime we go on vacation, I plan it around when my other kids are going to be in our custody so we can all go. Our nanny comes with us as well, as we discussed when she was hired. The problem actually starts when my youngest from my previous marriage, 7 female, returned to her mom's, and apparently all she talked about was the nanny. My ex-wife accused me of abandoning our kids onto our nanny, even though I don't. They just like hanging out with her. Yes, she is paid extra for the other kids. Every time my kids go back to their moms, she calls and texts me, infuriated. It all came to a head when I discussed going on a cruise with the kids, my wife, and the nanny over the summer because I have custody of them the entire summer. My ex-wife called me, calling me selfish, mean-spirited, and a horrible father, etc. She said I should have invited her instead of our nanny because she's the real mother and the kids already like the nanny more than her. What will happen in 3 months? And I never did things like these when we were married, even though I made significantly less money back then. Even my parents and some of my family are agreeing that taking our nanny and not the kid's mom is ridiculous. So am I the a-hole? Should I have at least offered her to go? If she feels some way about it, I feel like LP should definitely offer the mom to go. But I don't know why the mom would want to be there, to be honest, because his other wife is going to be there. His other kids are going to be there. It's their family now. Like, I don't want to be with my ex-husband and his new wife and their loud kids on a cruise for 3 months. But she is a mother, though, for the kids to be gone for 3 months, even though the dad technically has custody of them. As a good mom, I can see where she's coming from. Like, for her to be apart from her children for that long can be kind of sad. And yeah, like, what if the kids do like her? What if the kids like the nanny more than their own mom? And I understand. LP should definitely, offer his ex-wife an invitation. Am I wrong for changing our hotel reservations knowing my aunt can't afford it? I'm traveling to see my family in Central America next month. I normally rent a house near the beach and invite 2 to 5 extended family to stay with me and my family. This year, I extended the invitation to my Aunt Hillary, and she said yes. Then she called me the next day saying that she has to bring a kid and that she is babysitting while her friend is away. I said, okay, but the place I'm renting can only accommodate 9 people. She calls me again and said that we must invite my 12-year-old cousin and her sister. I said again that the place can only accommodate 9 people, and she said that she is fine sleeping on the floor. I said that is ridiculous. No one should sleep on the floor. After this back and forth, I decided to cancel the Airbnb and book 3 rooms in a remote hotel. Am I the a-hole for changing the hotel reservations knowing that my aunt can't afford transportation for her and 2 girls to get there? Edit. I have been talking to my aunt for 6 days straight about this, stating that the Airbnb can only accommodate 9 people. In the past, I have stated the Airbnb rules to my family, including the no pet policy, and guess what? Last time I met my cousin still brought her dog even though I said no and I was charged a penalty fee. I'm afraid that even though I have said no to my aunt, she might be bringing extra guests to the place. I am aware that this is a passive-aggressive move. She is still welcome and join us, but I doubt that she can afford 2, 3 ferry tickets or try to pull this I'm bringing extra guests because it should be fine with the homeowner at a hotel. If she decides to come without extra people, I will reimburse her ticket cost after the fact. Honestly, at that point, I would just tell everybody to go home because why can people just follow simple instructions? Am I wrong for telling my wife that her relationship with her brother is strange and I won't tolerate it anymore? My wife, 23 female, and I, 24 male, have been married for 5 years, together for 8 years. One of the problems I currently have is her relationship with her brother, 25 male, single. From the beginning of our relationship, they were very close, as their parents were neglectful, and I observed that. They became very attached. This wasn't a problem. In recent months, it's becoming extremely uncomfortable. Firstly, every time he visits us several times a month, my wife turns into a different person. She cleans more, cooks for him, almost never cooks otherwise, actually serves food to her brother, picks up his dishes and washes them, is willing to go out to do things, etc. Secondly, she becomes uncomfortably physical with her brother. It starts with recurring big hugs. Then when we watch TV together, she holds his hand or cuddles with him on the couch while I'm in a chair. When we go for a walk, she holds his hand and chats with him while I walk behind them. The same thing in the car. She also lies in the same bed as him, cuddling, holding his hand and talking to him while I'm in the apartment. She also tries to make it seem like it's not a big deal if her big brother sleeps in the same bed as her. For comparison, she shows a bit more physical affection to him than to me. When I talked to her about the relationship getting weird, she immediately got defensive and called me insecure, as well as disgusting for suggesting that their relationship is bordering on something else, which I did not imply, but you did imply. What? After a lot of circling discussions, I said I couldn't tolerate it anymore, and she got angry, saying I can't interfere in that. Right now, we're not speaking. Her brother also seems irritated with me. Am I the a-hole? Nothing OP said is like bordering anything, what do you call it, creepy. I don't know why he's feeling uncomfortable. I feel like because they didn't have anybody else and they only had themselves, that's why they have such a close bond, and they're not doing anything weird. I mean, I am one who's against creepy incestuous relationships, but I don't think this is creepy or incestuous. They're just 2 siblings who had nobody else but themselves, so they're just very, very close. Maybe she's just trying to comfort her brother one way or the other, but either or, I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong here. OP just might be a little bit jealous. He's being left out, and that's all. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment sections, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.